issues and has spelled them out in Vision 2020 and in the 2012-2015 Program of Accelerated Growth and Employment page. These issues are also clearly outlined in the 2012-2016 UN Development Assistance Framework, UNDAF, which is our joint cooperation document between the government of the Gambia and the UN system.
Social protection, according to the Vice President, has risen in prominence in social policy dialogue in the Gambia in recent years, as highlighted in the 2012-2013 Program for Accelerated Growth and Employment page.
Recently, the policy attention towards social protection reform in the Gambia has grown in prominence, no doubt, as demonstrated by the 2012-2015 Medium-Term Plan Program for Accelerated Growth and Employment page. For the first time, social protection has been explicitly incorporated into the National Development Strategy as one of its 5 strategic pillars. Pillar 5, it professes the need to strengthen social protection, child protection, and disability as well. The global financial and economic crises, compounded, of course, by the vagaries of climate change, have pushed social protection at the top of the government agenda.
Social protection is increasingly seen as an important instrument of poverty reduction strategy, as it assists household capacities to scale up resilience to vulnerabilities and offers them protection from the impact of shock and subsequent deprivation. It is therefore hoped that by the end of this one-day consultative convergence, participants will come up with a more robust framework that will bolster as well as accelerate national social development goals as enshrined in the Gambia's development blueprint. Aissatou Badiansar, Grts.
Christina Bergensen, a Swedish national who discovered the Gambia as a second home since 1988, this morning met the Vice President and Minister for Women's Affairs at the State House. The Swede has been hailed for her immense contribution to the country's health and agricultural sectors, having shipped a total of 26 containers of medical and farming implements during her 23-year stay in the Gambia. Shortly after meeting the Vice President, Christina told waiting journalists she was highly impressed with the Vice President, who also presented her with an artistic painting depicting the role of hard-working women in the Gambia. Here is an excerpt.
Thanks, the Vice President, and I'm very happy to be here in the Gambia. I have been here for many, many years, 26 years actually, and I am just here I wanted to see also the President, and I'm just thankful to be here because it's a pleasure. And I have been here now for many years, and I'm working here very hard also. Pack many, many containers. And I want to donate some items for Yayayame Foundation. The majority of the have been the equipment for the hospitals and also for the farmers, schools. Yeah, I'm very impressed. Yes, very much.
The President's rice produce at the village of Jiramba began in earnest this weekend. The two-day activity attracted volunteers from across the Fonis and parts of the Greater Banjul area. But as Abdunjai reports, the Kanilai Farms manager, Major Sidi Balde, has appealed for more hands in order to complete the task at hand.
There is history of epic moments at Kanilai, and this is better manifested when volunteers stormed the President's fields at Jiramba at the weekend. This vast rice field sits on the fertile grounds of this famous village of the road from Sangajor, traditionally farmed by the man many will come to call Gambia's #1 farmer. And here a special rice variety proclaimed the best of the season, putting smiles on the faces of Kanilai Farms officials and equally on those of the men and women who served everything important to them to be at the site at the start of the harvest.
This particular field tells Gambian people a lot because it is a waterlogged area, it's a swampy area where we have this particular variety that the Gambian cars have been saying for seed multiplication. This particular variety is a very special variety for His Excellency the President because of its quality. Because this is the variety that you can harvest 7 times. So long as it has water, you can harvest. And then where it is, we are expecting more than 4 to 5 harvests because it is full of water. Before the water will go down, it will be in mid-May or June, mid-April or May. So we'll see to read that we will only have 1 month interval. We are inside the rainy season, or sometimes it even goes up to the rainy season. So these are the advantages we have on this particular field.
It will have been very difficult to predict the impact they will have had with this turnout in view of the large expanse in waiting. But as a team, they did what they do best, and their expertise allowed them to piece together some of most required elements in rice harvesting.
We're doing our utmost best to make sure we have a lot of it, as His Excellency has directed, because he wants us to have a lot of it so as to be able to distribute it to the provinces, particularly CRR and then URR, who are blessed with waterlogged fields that are full of water for both dry and rainy season cultivation.
They stormed the president's modest fields first, completing the task before moving on right across the dike to start the other part owned by President Jammeh himself. By the end of that afternoon, the women had gone far with the harvest, but that was not to say it was complete. In fact, Kanilai Farms manager Major Sidi Balde has issued another call for assistance, this time targeting the CRR and the NBR. His appeal is expected to draw vast attention in the two regions, and to this end, the Vice President's office is once again playing the role of facilitator, helping in mobility and other logistics. Permanent Secretary Nyabali had been visiting the farms to devise a strategic response ahead of next weekend.
We thank God to the PS Office of the Vice President. We've already arranged CRR and URR, and LRR, CRR, LRR and URR. We are supposed to come over this weekend. But I have to appeal for them to hold it till next weekend, because already we have the Casamas guys, the Carton guys, and then the other groups from Kombo that are already with us. So we have the Marrakesh Award guys also here. So we have a lot of people here. So we have to strategize.
Elsewhere in Kanilai, the Gamtel Staff Association had been harvesting its sorghum field just behind the Via service at the entrance of Kanilai. Idrissa Job is the head of the team.
This year is very, very good, and we're expecting a bumper harvest compared to what we have last year. As you already said, we've already done one part of it, and hopefully next weekend we'll be coming to do the other part.
Abdinjai, GRTS.
Rice growers in the West Coast region can now breathe a sigh of relief following the killing of a notorious hippo that had been destroying farmlands. The incident happened on Monday night when a contract hunter was hired to cut down the animal. Ibrahim Balde reports the marauding animal met its death in the village of Mandinaba.
Curious onlookers from across the community and beyond was perhaps a sigh of relief for the farmers who had been living in perpetual fear. In this area, nocturnal mammals such as hippos invade these rice fields and utterly destroy the produce. Well, after several months of intensive search by members of the community, in fact all around the country, especially in rice-growing regions such as the Central River region, the hippos have been threatening women to the extent that they've been driven out of their rice fields and left to wallow in desperation, wondering what next to do. But this hippo that has been threatening the combos has finally been cut down by a hunter from the Upper River region. The rest now, as they say, is history. The Minister of Environment, Parks and Wildlife, Fatunde Gay, was busy ensuring the necessary procedures are observed or applied.
We are happy to explain to the community, to inform them that this hippo has been tracked down and it is now dead. And they should not be worried about their lives as they have been. We have also heard rumors that there are two, but we are assured by the hunter, who is a professional, that there is no more. It is only this one. But this is a medium-sized hippo, so it is quite big. We do not know the measurements yet.